Bwrdd ag esau croeso cynnes I chi gyd os ydych chi'n newydd ymuno. A ni yma yn Asa Mynach. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to you all and good afternoon. If you are just joining us, we've got a couple more games of rugby left today. The next fixture will be at 3:30 in about 10 minutes time, where Wales will take on Italy. The Six Nations Women's Summer Series is the last day of a string of three. It's been a great tournament. Thank you very much to all of you for your support. Diolch yn fawr iawn am eich gefnod. Ac beth am I weld? Pwysig i marw yn y gêm nesaf. Let's have a look at the next fixture. Who's going to be playing on the pitch, starting with our away side for today, Italy. 1, Elena Giorgetti. 2, Silvia Fett. 3, Alice Matanazzo. 4, Franceschi. 6, Luna Sacchi. 7, Margarita Tonelotto. 8, Elena Enriquillo. 9, Nicole Masciandello. 10, Lavinia Pratt-Tipetti. 11, Michaela Tripilio. 12, Elisa Chakati. 13, Safia Catalani. 14, Lucy Moyoli. And number 15, really pathetic right out for Italy, Kristen Kone. Unliked on the bench for Italy today, we have Chiara Cowley, Angelica Cetanini, Lucy Florida, Greta Kovacs, Elisa Bucchieri, Sofia Frio, Teresa Sofia Blaskovic, and the bench of Victoria Zenelli.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Ustad Minak, where match number 2 in the final round of this year's Under-20s Women's Summer Series is about to begin. It is Italy against Wales. The Italians yet to win in this year's edition of the Summer Series, but up against the Welsh team which they beat last year, 33 points to 19. This year, however, Wales look even livelier, with a backline which is looking very settled and a forward pack which can dish it out physically. They beat the Scots last time out, putting 50 points on them. Can they now do it against those in light blue, against the Azzurre, against Italy? The home factor so significant, as it always is, and the national anthems that are about to get going will give everyone here a flavour of what kind of support this Welsh team has.
Please do start if you are able for the national anthems, and we'll start with the away side for today, Italy. And speaking of please keep standing there now to say the for the national anthem of Wales.
Fired up on both sides of the halfway line. This is how Lisa Burgess's Wales team look, and they have the benefit of having one of the more settled selections across the Six Nations here. 10 players starting their third match in this tournament in the starting 15. Those that come in include Elan Jones, who's recovered from a setback, an injury setback. She will start. Georgia Iono's in the second row. She starts as well. Kat Stewart comes in at number 7, impressed off the bench in past matches. And at number 15, Karis Hughes. She played 10 against Ireland. She's at full-back for this one. So Italy with 6 changes in all, 2 of them in the front row. Elena Giorgetti and Silvia Fent come in to partner Alice Antonazzo. Elettra Costantini comes in the second row, and at number 7, Margherita Tonelotto, Italy's MVP across the 3 matches in last year's Summer Series. She starts at 7 alongside captain Eddie Chiello. At 8 in the centre, Sofia Catalani is a newcomer as well, and on the right wing, Luci Moioli is in the starting 15 as well. These are the replacements, and there's plenty of cards that can be played on both sides here. For Wales, the likes of Ciara Pearce knows how to up the ante physically when she comes on. Italy's team gets set to receive the kickoff from Hannah Marshall in this final home match for Ustad Minak. What an experience for these Welsh players, and they've been channeling it in this competition. And Italy will know just what they're in for, having been the hosts last year, and use that to beat Wales. Can they turn the tables, the Welsh here? For Jason with the first exchange in the back 3 of the afternoon. Nicely done with Karis Hughes. Marshall, who was so brilliant in attack last time out. Her first chance to orchestrate things at 10. Using Metcalf, and then for Jason is involved once more. Here's Metcalf, the captain, this brilliant young leader. And Wales have a penalty right from the off. A physical start, Amber Reid, for the Welsh, and as we've seen so often, they really bring the fire from the off.
Yeah, physical start and a nerve settler, just building themselves into the game. Italy kick the ball back to them to give them a chance to attack, and they'll be really happy with that start. Nice, composed. Give their set piece a chance to get firing now.
So Molly Wakely, one of those 10 starting players who's starting for the 3rd time in a row. But that lineup does go
Captain
astray. So the referee is Chloe Pell, by the way, the former French Sevens international.
Defense here.
You okay?
Yeah.
Italy's turn for the set piece. And Sylvia Fent, who's coming into the side as a starter. And she's good. Gets the line out right, and the set piece looks good thereafter.
No.
Fent on the floor. Needs support though. And eventually Italy shrug off those would-be jacklers from Wales. And they play this nicely between the hands. Here's Tonelotto. Into contact, hit really hard and thrown into touch. Very aggressive from Wales to shut down one of the most important players in this Italian team, the open side flanker.
Defense here.
Yeah, there's a critical tackle there from Orin. Tonelotto made an impact, potentially a little bit high, but I think Tonelotto's been fantastic in open play, so you can't let her get any gain line, any space.
Take two for Wales with the line-up, and Wakely is right on target this time. Marshall, good feed, and the backs are going to work nicely. Using the forwards to do it as well in Georgia Iono. Locked forward with a big carry, taken at the back nicely by Italy. But Wales all offside.
11 offside.
In front of Hannah Marshall.
Hannah Marshall had a fantastic game last week in round 2, player of the match. She marshalled the team really well. Again with the boot, both carrying, making smart decisions, making ground with her kicks, her goal kicking. Again, just allowed Wales to pull away from Scotland on the scoreboard. So she'll be critical today in this matchup.
Italy selecting consistently at number 10 as well, with Pratichetti that we've just seen. Welsh penalty. Hasn't found touch, and Wales are going to get out of jail there. Put to the floor by Kristin Kone.
Hannah Marshall lucky there. She just dropped her left shoulder and swiped across that ball, potentially going for a little bit too much down that touchline. A bit too bold in terms of eking out those meters, but they get an opportunity at a scrum here.
So Italy are winless so far this campaign, but they faced England and France, who face each other later today, and they've lost both those encounters. But against England they were 15 points to 0 up at half time. So we get a chance to see what they're like against this Welsh team. They'll have to do it at least for the next moments, maybe longer than that, without Luna Saki, who's off.
The referee signal for HIA, which is head injury assessment, so potentially something being picked up with a gum shield or by a medic. Just looking after the players.
Set!
Sian Jones, the scrum half, knocks this into the midfield, and now they are going away with Karis Hughes, and for Jason, legs taken just as she entered the 22. Last ditch defending of a very brave kind from Italy. Now Metcalf just takes a step before contact. Bouncing around for Wales, and it's not clean in the end. So promising with that shape to the attack from the first phase, and so close for Jason on the outside.
The quality of the basics from the Welsh backline here, everything is out in front, no player has to break stride, which allows for Jason that half a yard on the outside. But the Italian back three were phenomenal last week against England. Their tackle quality going in low, chopping the tackler when you got the likes of Millie David, Sophie Hopkins, who are absolutely rapid. This Italian back three dealt with them so well, and Koenig done exactly the same there.
Koenig having put that ball down from the penalty, so she more than makes up for it with that tackle. Italian scrum is going backwards, but they'll still get it back on their side. Not quite the platform they would have liked, and Wales take the chance to land a shot on the Italian back three. This is back to Lavinia Pratiketi.
Backwards.
And that's put to the floor. Not backwards, however. Hughes.
Red retreat.
Crossfield kick for Picton Powell. Just not the bounce for Savannah Picton Powell. Often the kind of player who finds herself in the right position at the right time for big moments, Picton Powell.
Jenny, you happy with it? So the red here.
And that was impressive from her centre partner, Freya Bell.
Again, another Welsh player who impressed last week for me.
Yeah, and that centre partnership is a very good one. Bell and Picton Powell, they know each other so well from playing for Cardiff Met at university level.
Jumping across. Here, 10. 15, sorry.
Pratiketi has got behind that well.
What? Right here. Move. Here. Move. Yeah.
Fence didn't get much of a lift at the front.
First knock on blue.
And then
Second
Italy mangle
We're going to have a scrum red.
the next phase.
I'll watch.
So every Welsh back available is on the open side of this scrum.
Set!
Including for Jason, so she may well be the target runner here. Jones off Metcalf and Marshall. And now Jones decides to put this high to the skies. Good bounce. Italy scampering back, and at the very back, now breaking free goes Kone. Lively beginning from Italy's back three. In actual fact, that was Moyoli who'd made the break.
Balls available.
The right winger. Carry from Andrioli. Metcalf shuts down the pick and go all by herself, the Welsh captain. Still they come through the middle. They've gone through the heart of Wales a couple of times with forwards offloading to forwards. Sylvia Fent never going to get a pass free then.
Play on!
And so Pratiketi dinks this forward. And Hughes with relative amount of time to at least think about what comes next. And she has put so many legs on this. That is a monster kick.
Blue retreat!
And Pratiketi, it's the best she can do just to clear to touch from that kind of angle. Wonderful play from Caris Hughes.
Advantage Wales, two smart decisions to kick. The wraparound play by Sian Jones off the scrum. She sees Kone closing the gap, which means there's no space to play through the hands, and just dinks it in behind. But a lovely return by the Italians. But that kick from Caris Hughes went long downtown. Second best option other than finding the 50-22 is to find that 5x5 metre square and let it stop dead, because the Italians have to play out, have to do something about it, and they win the advantage.
And Wales are secure from the lineup with Robin Davis. Now Bell easily over the gain line for Wales. Wakely comes next. Jones now snaps it back to the side where the line out was taken. Bell again. Italy though have watched the run as well, and now they've taken possession back. Pratiketi taps and goes. Caris Hughes, no trouble here, and she can set things up for a counter. And coming round is Marshall. She'll put her foot to the floor. Ball almost taken off her in contact, but illegally so. Wales with the penalty.
That's really tough. The ball almost landed in her lap there, and she just had to almost let it roll across her onto that Welsh side. But again, these Welsh backs look like they are on fire.
And Marshall makes some good yardage.
Blue on the line. Blue. Back. Thank you.
So Wakely
No, back.
looks to the back of the line out of Metcalf. Takes it well
That's
enough
the
and clean enough. And Wakely
First up.
borrows in. Jones. Bell. That's a good line from Cat Stewart. Not quick ball, but Marshall still runs the play. Nonetheless, it goes to the floor. Singleton has to tidy things up.
She released. You can't play the
They've
9.
been really aggressive and overly so at the ruck. So Jones, now Robin Davis. And Stella Oren here. Lovely hands. Picton Powell finds herself on the edge once more. For Jason is the support on the inside. Wakely. Tackled.
No.
And that takes her closer to the line in the act of tackling. So Wells very close here. And Elan Jones. Good line from Bell. So often she sizes up a gap and ploughs through it. But on that occasion, she was holding on to the ball on the floor.
That's how good that Italian defence can be when they stay disciplined. They're well organised, they hit hard.
Pratichetti coming up with a chip when she needed a hoof. And Wales comfortably keep it in with Marshall. So they waste that penalty opportunity. Nonetheless, it's back on their side. Physically showing their strength.
Blue retreat.
At the ruck and in defence at the moment, the Italians. But it's Wales who have a little more calculation about their game.
Retreat. No, red.
Sean Jones. Lucy Moyoli. For Jason, that's decent defence all right from the left winger.
Red.
Wales no problem lining Italy up there, not set,
Play on.
not coming onto the ball with speed, and Wales are eating them up here. Even Edikiello is going nowhere.
Nine.
It's getting spicy out there, a few little shoves off the ball.
Don't do that. Don't push the ball directly on her. Yes, I know. You have the penalty. Don't push the ball on her.
Well, who's in trouble there? It's Nicole Mastrangelo. Italy's scrum half. This does make it to touch. Well, she's playing fast and loose with her kicks to touch at the moment, Lavinia Pratichetti. I suppose you can say she's certainly trying to make the absolute most distance she can.
I think potentially been a little bit more conservative in other games, but it's just her kicking style. It looks more like a football goalkeeper kick, which means all her body weight isn't going behind the ball, which is harder to find that distance.
Backwards.
Metcalf pops this up. Marshall has found some space out of nothing. Hannah Marshall racing down the touchline. She's in touch in the end. Well, she was completely upended. The Welsh number 10.
The right to jump in above the tackle. Penalty against red. Yeah. Captain.
Did she hurdle the attempted tackle?
Captain Blue.
That's what Chloe Pell saw.
There's no foul play. The player is jumping across above to avoid the tackle. It's a penalty against you.
There's a wonderful break, spots that space down the outside. Lovely little step, but you can just see she almost takes off on the outside of the attempted tackler of Moyoli.
She jumped above
And you
the
can't
tackle.
jump to avoid
No,
a tackle.
She jumped in and
You can jump to score a try, it's slightly different, but you
jumped.
can't jump to avoid a
She can't
tackle
jump
in the
above-
field
to
of
avoid
play.
the tackle. It's a penalty against her. Time back on.
The last time I saw that was Blair Murray trying to do that against Scotland in the men's Six Nations this year. Almost set up a wonder try, but he was penalised for it. I suppose it's instinctive to a point, Amber, but everyone knows it's not allowed, so nonetheless, Hannah Marshall went for it, and it's Italy ball because of it.
Red here. Please, red. Leave it. Yes.
Fent goes to the back, and that chooses to be a good decision. Tonelotto, and then Mastrangelo,
Advantage.
and bringing in Kone. Seeing a lot of the right winger Luci Moioli so far. She was involved in that set piece move.
Closer to you. Okay. You're offside.
Wales
You
just
got that
offering
one.
that back space and the line out. They've got 2 pods up front where they can look to compete, but that was a
Five.
wonderful throw by
Offside.
Fent just to find a back jumper. Lots of space at the moment if they can get the ball there.
Patiketti is a touch more conservative here.
Red here.
Fent again, same target and the same outcome, and it gives Italy the advantage as they set this rolling maul towards Wales's line, and still they roll, and Wales are slowing it, but are they slowing it quick enough? They pick off the back and then look for the line here, and Italy are over. One shot, one score from Italy. They've been under the cosh for most of the first 20 minutes, but from this rolling maul, the Italian pack muscles a try. It's Erichiello who was biding her time brilliantly, and she scores it. Another one for the Italian captain.
Yeah, again, another player who's really led by example, wearing that captain's armband. Wales giving Italy the space at the back of the line out, and they've taken it again. Really accurate throw by Fent. And then they've shown in the last few games that they can get into this rolling maul and just being really patient, and then breaking off when she had the half-backs. The only ones left to try and stop her. Great finish.
Patiketti adds the extras, despite Karis Hughes trying to charge her down. It's efficient from the Italians.
Pratiketti's kicking style, when you see her take the conversion, she almost jogs on the spot, and you can start your run up when there's movement from the kicker. So if Wales can charge her down, they can definitely put her under a lot of pressure at the tee, and these 2 points per try could become crucial.
Great take from the restart by Wales.
Your feet.
The penalty comes with it. That was superbly done.
Your feet.
Freya Bell, who raced after the ball.
Majestic catch through the air as well. We saw it a couple of times last week, a couple of retained kick-off from the Welsh.
She has been consistently good in so many departments, Freya Bell, across the 3 matches. And she'll be very important today for Wales. Provides that physical carrying ability in this Welsh back line. To the middle they go. It's going to work out for Wales. Jones, Robin Davis. Metcalf comes round, says this one's mine, and rolls for an extra couple of metres. Wakely
Back, blue, back.
working on that Italian try line, and for Jason was completely free if the ball had gone.
Blue, back. Behind the feet.
Jones Davis. Marshall wants a little more space to work things here. Picton Powell, and that centre partnership was closed off there. Hughes, Seren Singleton, good step on the outside, and then she fights away the first defender.
No, Blue, you don't.
And Italy too eager again.
It's the speed of ball at the moment that's causing all sorts of problems for this Italian side. It's so fast from the base. Sian Jones wanting to get the tempo high, and it just means the Italians can't get around and set, and they're fixing that problem by giving away a penalty, by going off feet, by competing too hard at that breakdown, and they're on the wrong side of Chloe Pell.
Oren and Wakely confirm the call. It's
wait,
Davis who goes forward, and Wales are in here and moving and doing to Italy what they've just conceded. A try from a rolling maul. Doesn't go all the way this time. It'll be the next phase required. But a knock on.
Knock on red.
Bram Metcalf. Unfortunately for the captain, it was just too low for her.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Mastrangelo goes to the short side instead of back to her 10, and
No, it's a knock on red. No, knock on red in the
Wales
tackle.
forcing,
Yes, in the tackle. It's
putting
just a
pressure
knock
on, but a knocking on Seren Singleton.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Italian scrum goes down, and that picture is not one that Chloe Pell likes. So penalty Wales. In the last round, these two nations were both the fastest starters to a match. Italy against England, and Wales racing to a big lead against Scotland. So unsurprisingly, both of them coming out and playing well from the off here, and that is keeping the scores down at the moment until now, perhaps for Wales. Sian Jones arrives at the back of this maul. It's still heading towards its destination. They fold round here. Surely the referee's arm is raised for Wales. They're in, number one on the boards, and the Welsh strike back quickly. Molly Wakely, the hooker, comes up with it, and a big arm round her from Stella Oren. The forwards have won this one over their opponents here.
The Welsh see this set piece as a real weapon for them. You can tell by the couple of decisions that they've made in terms of penalties. They've kicked to the corner, and this is the first one that they've really got right, repelling that initial Italian defence. Peeled round to the right, and then Molly Wakely going over. The Welsh then really composed and organised, sticking together.
Marshall to try and level up the scores. Now, she wasn't too far away. Distance was there for Hannah Marshall, but it is Italy 7, Wales 5. Italy are a very, very big pack, a powerful pack, but Wales showing that their tenacity up front is more than a match for the Italians in the tied exchanges. All equal in the try tally. Italy just ahead. Robin Davis, good take from kickoff. Really consistent player, Robin Davis. The error count, well, it doesn't even really start, the error count from Robin Davis. Just hasn't made one yet. Not in any of her previous matches, and it's a sure start to this match too. Italy at the back with Kone, and Kone finds some support after running down a blind alley.
14 not rowing.
Predicchetti, how much risk is she willing to take with this kick? That's a good one. That's about the area you want to be in. Some margin for error, but she's got good distance on that.
And again, for her kicking style, because she comes around the corner, the touchline when it's on her left-hand side will be an easier kick for her compared to the one that kicking towards the right wants to peel back in towards. So really good distance there for her.
Erichiello hoisted in the air, and then Tonelotto plays the link. That's a big carry right through the middle. Andrioli brought to ground in the end. Metcalf out of the line. Or rather, excuse me, that was Georgia Iono with the excellent tackle around the heels. Space here for Moioli. She's still going. She's cut down in the end. Big carry from the right winger for Italy. Mastrangelo, Tonelotto finds her way through, accelerating into contact. Erichiello, slip pass to Antonazzo. Italy's big name forwards coming to the fore in this set. Now one of the new faces in the starting 15, Catalani in the red scrum hat. Mastrangelo, Antonazzo. Wales ultimately with the final say in this. And they play quickly. Marshall taken. Player and ball. Hannah Marshall's done really well just to keep that. But equally Tonelotto shutting that counter-attack down before it ever developed. Plan B for Wales. Moioli, good step on for Jason. And good support as well. Now Catalani. Couple of frustrations for Italy, but they are bubbling along nicely in attack.
Time off.
Yeah, they're throwing a few warning shots at this Welsh defence. I think potentially went out the back a little bit too early inside the 22. Two really good carries. Erichiello, a lovely little tip to her tight head prop to get over the gain line. But this bust down the middle, hit the ball at pace, works really hard on the floor to get the ball back.
You retreat and then you come back and then you run back forward, okay?
And like you say, they're starting to bubble along, not quite finding that
have to run while you retreat.
Key to unlock this Welsh defence completely, but they are
until your wingers
showing some signs of what we've seen in previous games, particularly that fast start against England last week.
Georgia Iono in defence with two important tackles in that last phase of play.
As long as your wingers don't put you on side, okay?
But the big break through the middle was actually by Elettra Costantini to give her dues.
Time back on. Wider off the field, please.
Starting in the team alongside Andrioli. Back in the team after missing out last time. And she was most certainly making her time on the field count. Great conditions now for both these sets of players. Not too warm.
Crouch! Bind!
Punishing heat of previous rounds is not here today. Sian Jones back to Caris Hughes. Kone comes up from fullback. takes it and is taken to ground. Andrioli this time. Antonazzo coming onto the ball with much more speed now, the Italian forward pack. Tonelotto, good link play, that's wonderful. Andrioli again. Costantini. Two Wales players smother her, one of them is Metcalf, she has the ball. Well, that's some sleight of hand from Bram Metcalf. Great body position, and she just works it back. Wales taking no time to congratulate each other, they're right on the offensive again.
Great timing of the pass there by Andrioli to put Tonelotto away. But the work on the floor by this Welsh back row has been impeccable.
Well, there is this MVP award which the players in each nation select at the end of this competition. Tonelotto, despite this being her second under-20s year, she was the MVP last year. She won player of the match in both Italy's first matches, opening matches last year. We haven't seen as much of her this year as we did a year ago, but she's certainly front and centre right now for Italy. Ceccati running into locked doors in the Welsh defence. Forward pass here, and that was clear from a long way away.
Forward pass. Red.
Bratichetti just running out of numbers, not many to her left-hand side, so looks for that inside support of her captain to try and bust the gain line, but the Welsh read it well, they're set quickly and forcing the error. Italy just getting a little bit flat when they can't get any momentum or any front foot ball. They need to work harder off the ball to get deeper.
Bind! Set!
Sian Jones gets it back from Metcalf. They will pursue things down this blind side where Seren Singleton is. She's not seeing nearly as much of the ball as in previous matches, Singleton.
Blue, you never release.
But that attempt to get it to her has yielded a penalty. Such a solid customer in contact, Singleton.
She fights hard, she's got a never say die attitude. She finds that fend to start off with her footwork, and then she just keeps driving her legs to gain anything extra she can, which buys her support time to get there as well.
Let's see, Blue.
Wakely, the try scorer for Wales so far in the match, and this is the kind of position where hookers can double their money. And Wakely is in on the ball here. If they can keep making inroads. One stop. Sian Jones has to get the timing exactly right here. How long to leave the forwards with it?
You're going on the ground.
That calculation ongoing. Now it is out to the backs. Marshall, big looping pass over the top. Karis Hughes takes it cleanly. She needs to keep this alive. Great presentation. Singleton comes in at scrum half.
No, Blue, release.
Now the 9, Sian Jones takes over. Wales are well set here. If Marshall can pull the right strings, and for Jason is exactly the right option to head into contact. Metcalf now. Wales so close here to taking the lead against Italy. And at this point they slow it down to make the next move the right one. The forwards crowding round. Anyone could finish this off. Wakely involved. Marshall now wants Picton Powell from close range to do the damage. And right on cue, Savannah Picton Powell picks her moment and undoes the Italian defence. It's a fourth try of the campaign for Picton Powell. She's scored in every match. The go-to player when close to the line, and she's done it again.
Fantastic finish. She's got two players trying to hold the ball up over the line there, but I think the balance between Freya Bell and Picton Powell, it just means that the Italians can't spot who's going to run that hard line. They both swap their kicking game, their running game, passing game and their carry game. So you can see they shoot up high on Freya Bell, which allows Hannah Marshall just to play Picton Powell, and it's a great finish.
Marshall converts. And Wales lead Italy 12 points to 7. But Amber, that must be a massive advantage for Wales to have two players who have played so much together even before coming into this competition. But they've had almost every moment on the field to improve that combination. And yes, it's about development of individuals, this competition, but if you're developing a combination as well, that's a significant advantage for Wales, for now, but also for the future.
Yes, definitely, and coaches will look at that. You go through and sometimes you'll look to mix up a team in training, but you will have combinations that you want to work together. You might have a front row combination, a half-back combination, and you'll mix up teams, but you'll keep those pairings together. And the fact that they've played so much together will really help now and also moving forward.
Red retreat! No,
Marshall, what a stunning kick from Wales's number 10. A spiralling kick of beauty from Marshall. 50-22.
Good call. Thank you. You're here?
That was a phenomenal kick. You could tell she stopped, she didn't want to go outside her 22. She set the ball on that angle and she put every ounce that she had through that. Take a bow, Hannah Marshall.
On your own.
The upshot for Wales is possession, not cleanly from the line out, nonetheless. Freya Bell knows what to do with it. She goes through the washing machine and it comes out with clean ball, and now fast ball. Marshall, Karis Hughes off the floor for Jason, but also in touch at that point.
Okay.
We spoke about fighting
Time
contact
off.
a couple of times throughout the first game and this one, but Molly Wakely is definitely up there, one of the players that gains those extra yards. She drops her body height, she uses her fend, she looks to bump players off, and then she continues to drive and never accepts the tackle.
Blue on the line.
She always gets beyond gain line for a team and then presents the ball
Blue
back,
on the
and that's
line,
what's
red.
allowing Wales to play with such tempo.
Time back on. No, it's a. Go ahead.
Now Italy's line out is imprecise.
Not straight. Captain. Reinhard. Same blue on the line. Red, you're going to be here. Red numbers, please. 5 blue.
So Wales looking to improve their position before half-time. Iono. Wakely steadies her shoulder to take it into contact and holds firm. Marshall, Picton Powell,
That's
just bouncing around. Back into Italian hands. And they look to keep going that way. There was a chance for the offload to release the winger.
Advantage. Knock on blue.
Moyoli, didn't quite happen.
There's no advantage. So it's going to be a knock on blue.
So Italy not rewarded for that ambition and endeavour there. They've played themselves back into a tighter spot.
The Italians must be really frustrated by now. Everything they seem to be trying isn't quite sticking, isn't quite paying off, and they're putting themselves under pressure. They just don't feel like they can get out of their own half, and the Wales just keep coming at them. They need to just be a little bit more patient, allow themselves to build, and then things will start to happen a little bit more for them.
Bind! Set!
Sean Jones gets it back from Metcalf. Bell, Marshall, again a familiar setup for Wales, for Jason comes into the line this time rather than staying on her wing, but that Italian defence holding firm, and they resist the Welsh attack once more. Are Wales getting anything wrong there, Amber, in not being able to secure that ball, or is it 100% the credit to the Italians here?
I think credit has to go to the Italians, but also if you look at, that was a carbon copy of the move that Wales pulled probably 20 minutes ago, but the pass to Caris Hughes ends up on her shoulder, which means she then gets stuck, allows the Italians to get in at her and compete at that breakdown. It's just the basics are a little bit off. The Welsh are overrunning, balls on out in front.
Italian
Can't
numbers.
release for Jason, so yes, credit to the Italians for competing, but the Welsh just a little bit off in terms of their timing and their movement.
Backwards.
Struggling at line out, the Italians, big time.
Backwards.
Wales though, a little loose here. Tonelotto and co, quick to try and get this ball back. Marshall.
Retreat red.
Great distance on this again. Moioli has misjudged it and leaves herself in a difficult position here. Kicked out to touch by Mastrangelo. Just about into touch by Mastrangelo. That's the end of the half, and this one has all the hallmarks of a fully fledged test match. It is tight, it is committed on both sides, and the quality is there, but defensive sets are also having a massive influence, and the Italians find themselves 5 points short of Wales at half-time in this final match for both teams. In the summer series, it's a good one, and it's building. And the Italians were the team off the mark, with Erichiello scoring again. Really difficult to stop from close range, isn't she? She's in the cheat code category, Erichiello, from that kind of range. And Wales with a collective effort to get themselves back in the game. Scored by Molly Wakely, but scored by the pack as a whole. And this was craftily done from Picton Powell. This gave Wales the lead, and they might have enhanced it, but again, Picton Powell finding ways to the try line that Italy thought they'd covered. So 5 points the difference, Wales 12, Italy 7, second half to come. The Italians head back out for the next 40 minutes. 5 points down on Wales. So many signs, though, that the potential of this Italian team has not yet been realised in this match. And Amber, what would you be advising them to be focusing on, changing, if anything, in that second half, or doing even more of in this second period?
They just need to string more positive moments together. They showed moments of brilliance, but then it was undone by a silly decision or a skill execution error. So they just need to string more moments where they can build and impose themselves on the Welsh. I think the Welsh will probably be happier heading into half-time, but if you look at the scoreboard, there's not much to show for these two teams, and I think the Italians can take a lot from that, because they've shown that they can score against the top teams, but they're not going to do it easily, especially against this Welsh side who defend very well.
So strategically, no change, just make those moments count.
Yeah, just make them count, keep imposing yourself.
Cardiff shooting men as well tonight. Please keep the noise going. And welcome back to the pitch. Rugby Wales.
They're in the hunt for a second win of the campaign, and for turning the tables on Italy from last year when the Italians won in Parma. To go 2 from 3 across this campaign in the Six Nations would be a statement, and would say so much about the pathway in Wales right now and about the way they approach it too, because unlike other nations, they haven't tinkered too much with the team. They've looked to get this under-20s team out on the field. They've developed combinations rather than spread the load across as many players as possible. That might be out of necessity in some ways, but nonetheless, in this competition, that's been the Welsh way. And can they see this through against Italy? So many twists and turns, you feel, lie in wait in this one. As ever, the first job being the restart, and it's not gone smoothly for Wales there.
I think that's the rule. Not sure.
An early opportunity for the Italians here. They've got a good scrum set piece, a good platform. Haven't seen much from their backs yet. See if this midfield can unlock this dangerous back three of the Italians.
Bind! Set!
Mastrangelo only going to have space to go one way here. To Kekati in the red scrum hat. Pratichetti now. Worked to Kone, who's brilliant on the wraparound. She gets it to Moyoli. Wales' turn to stay solid in defence. They watch the numbers really well. They've done their sums, and they, on the floor, work the penalty.
The Italians have those dangerous runners, but they're just getting a little bit too flat, which means that the passes aren't out in front. It stops their run, allows the Welsh defence to recover, and Hannah Marshall does a fantastic job. Targets the ball straight away, stays strong, and just beats the Italian support.
When the opposition number 10 can pinch a ball on the floor, the whole team on the opposite side need to take responsibility for that. Marshall is also the smallest player on the park. But how brilliant from the 10. And now she's set this move away, and Wales charging forward, but that pass goes to the floor. Italy can chance the counter, and Andrioli linking. Here is Pipiliu. And she can move when she gets away, but going nowhere fast there. Tonolato fights for those extra meters. Pratichetti takes it on herself. Straight up the guts from the Italian fly half. Mastrangelo. Cecchetti missed out, and for Jason closes the attack down. Moioli sets it up again. Erichiello going off and taking on all comers down the blind side, but she is mob-handed into touch. So where was the foul play, Amber, in that set? Chloe Pell mentioned it earlier in the set.
Italian players down with a hand on her head, so potentially some high contact the Italians are asking about. It's hard to see from up here from this angle. But Pratichetti decided to carry in the middle of all that, and if she looked up, the Welsh was so slow to fold. And if she just made one or two passes, I think the Italians would have been away, because there was probably 15 metres of free space on the near side of your screen for them to run into.
Okay, no foul play from the tackle.
TMO here is Jenny Davis, judging no foul play.
Yeah, that's what I said. She was pushed by the blue, she just fell, and she hit the red player, the blue player's head. There's no foul play. Does that make sense? Just the red line out. Yeah.
So they're just clearing the reason why the Italian player's down receiving treatment, and I think she just cops a boot or a knee in that breakdown. Obviously we want to look after players in terms of contact ahead, but sometimes these things just happen when everyone's going, especially in a ruck situation. So no foul play, just a rugby incident, I think.
So Wakely with the chance to restart for Wales, and Davis the go-to. Another line-out ball secured by Wales' second row. The play off the back is intricate, and it's worked along to Singleton. And she's having to work so hard for every metre she's making today, Seren Singleton. Not finding the space she has in previous matches. Freya Bell, the first receiver. Marshall just puts this downfield, but Pipiliu taken by Singleton. Good one-on-one tackle from the Welshwoman on the wing. Down the blind side, however, goes Castellani, and this is bouncing down the touchline and into touch in the end.
Numbers, Wales please. Numbers, 4, Italy 4. 4.
Over the top they go, Italy with a chance here. Fell to Kelly, and she took it to within a shadow of the line. Now Italy pick and go, they reload. Wales have to be so watchful here and get anything in the way to stop the Italian scoring, but they can't. The advantage was too great after that line out.
There's a try.
And it's come in the end. Italy getting their lines exactly right after nabbing the line out. And they tie the match up.
It's a wonderful finish at the line. We know how strong their forwards are. More often than not, they come away with the try in that area. But here's the kick by Catalani that put them in that
30 seconds.
situation. She spotted the space down the blind side on halfway. Isolated, so decided to put it on the boot. And then Italy forced the error from Wales at the line out. And again, they've not had many chances in this game, but they've been clinical when it's mattered.
That try in the end going to Chiara Kelly. Platichetti.
Try is good. 15 seconds.
With that very slow routine of hers that sees Wales try and charge it down, but she'll still put it through nonetheless. Italy retake the lead, 14 points to 12. So Kelly it was who secured the line out, and then Kelly who drove it over from close range. Marshall puts it up and contestable, and Wales have done that brilliantly again. I don't think any nation in this competition has looked as composed at securing their own ball on the restart as Wales have. Italy just let them have that one. Back to the short side. Where will this go for Jason?
Advantage!
Davis, Marshall, Molly Wakely braces herself for contact with Costantini.
No, we'll go back. High tackle.
Wales are very good off that kickoff, but they haven't changed their tactic. They've always looked to go short in that space. To counteract that, the Italians just need to push up and cover more of the 10-metre line rather than the deep backfield. It just means they'll have extra numbers in that space and be able to contest rather than Freya Bell getting a clean catch, and now Wales are in a dangerous position inside the Italian 22.
We're not having a scrum. Yeah, I know. We're not having a scrum. We can play on. Yes,
A couple of
but
Italian
it's not a
players
scrum. We can play on.
receiving treatment.
Yes,
but
it's
they've
not
been
a
told
scrum. We
to
can play on.
get moving. By Chloe Pell, who's not standing for any time delays, and Wales are of her view as well. They get moving.
It's
This
a move.
maul
Wait.
sets off. Sian Jones, though, can't get the ball away.
Advantage!
Italy have swallowed this up, but they've given away a penalty. Marshall at scrum half. Bell. Stewart.
Still advantage.
Back to the blind side they go. Full of intent here, Wales. Jones goes to Chiara Pearce. It's brilliant from Pearce. The offload comes afterwards.
We're still on advantage.
Italy looking to pinch it on the floor.
It's not out.
The impacts that Chiara Pearce is making this afternoon since coming on are monstrous. Picton Powell, good hands. Karis Hughes to Singleton. She's cutting back. She's close. And Wales are close. Jones, Metcalf, the captain, hammers into contact. Oren. Jones gets it away. There's so many numbers here for Wales. On from Stewart, Bell, and Picton Powell puts it on a plate for Singleton. Italy fired the starting gun in this half, but Wales are right up to speed now, and Singleton crosses again. A beautifully worked score by Wales.
Chiara Pearce has made a real impact when she's been on the field for this Welsh team. Makes the initial indent, and then they just make really smart decisions off the back of that. Singleton does so well on the right-hand touchline to keep her team in possession by staying in field. And then she works so hard. Savannah Picton-Powell probably could have gone over herself, but gives it to Seren Singleton to go over, and that's a well-worked try. Lovely balance from this Welsh side.
10 seconds.
Harris-Hughes to try and add the extras. They won't land. Wales nonetheless, 3 points ahead now, 17-14. Amber, a terrific try from Wales in so many departments. Why does Picton Powell not score this herself? What's on her mind here? Is she worried, genuinely worried she's going to get tackled here?
Yeah, potentially can feel the heat of the Italian player coming across, but I think knowing Picton Powell, she's not a selfish player, she's very much a team player. She won't be too worried about scoring all the stats to her name, she just wants her team to get over the line.
Great kick downfield in that it goes a long way. Bounces lucky though for the Italians. Kone carry brings Italy up to the halfway line.
Okay.
This is
tackle,
dropped and Italy's replacement Blazkovic just gets rid of it.
Red, retreat! Retreat!
Changes the picture. Italy well stocked here in the backfield. Platiketti, lots of time to pick her way forward here. This might not work out well for the Italians though, because Marshall, Singleton and Picton Powell are all together. Pipiliu has done really well on the tackle. Here's Singleton. Edichiello rolls away quickly. And Italy have the penalty at the end of all of that. Well, that could have gone either way. Chances missed on both sides.
Platiketti playing with fire in my opinion. In terms of the distance she's got on her boot, it's not huge, and she's just played to a side where you've got Seren Singleton, Savannah Picton Powell, two of the most lethal runners in this Welsh side, along with Hannah Marshall, and she's put it into that space. She's lucky that she found ground, because there was only one between
you and you. It's between Red and
sorry, chasing all on her own. And she does such a good job. We've spoken about the quality in defence of that back three. That she has to make that tackle. So she does so well. And then again, the Italians competing in that breakdown. There's a great shot on Hannah Marshall.
Can you come back on?
And that's a full-on judo throw on Hannah Marshall, isn't it?
She doesn't shy away from the contact that we've spoken that she's not the biggest player on the park. Hopefully that's just a bit of cramp that she can run off. But she puts herself around, both in the carry and not afraid of the jackal as well.
We've seen that today. It was a brilliant jackal earlier on from Hannah Marshall.
Here.
And this is a brilliant tussle now between these two nations. It's test match tight, and Italy looking to launch their next plan of attack. They use Costantini. Tonolato, she's found some space somehow. Mastrangelo, straightening of the line by Kopat. Now this is Cittadini. Italy looking to strike quickly again.
There's no advantage. 10, offside. Come closer to you.
So Marshall, Hannah Marshall offside.
10, offside.
There's no interest in the post, is there?
Late 9.
To level things up from that kind of range. There's interest in Elena Edichiello, however. And then the next drive, and Italy over again. It's the power pack forwards for Italy that do the damage once more. From close range, they are so strong, and they fire another shot at the Welsh line, and it lands right on target. Chiara Kelly, after Edichiello's carry forward, who gets her second try in the match.
I think with that much firepower, you're not going to go for the sticks. And again, the Italians are clinical.
30 seconds.
Not spent much time in this Welsh 22, but they've come away with points once again, and it's through their forward carries. They just carry low and carry hard, and the Welsh can't get underneath them.
So Pratichetti moves Italy into the 20s. 21 points to 17. Italy lead Wales.
Yes! Wait, just wait for her. Yeah, whenever you want. It's okay now.
Karis Hughes has got under this brilliantly. Wales again secure possession back on their side. Such a strength to their game today. Their work from the restart. Robin Davis. Drop to the floor though. Replacement in Fionn Williams is on at 10. Does that mean Hannah Marshall has taken leave of the pitch? Maybe because of that leg injury that we saw her sustain.
Big shot on Freya Bell on that far side. But again, Karis Hughes, doesn't matter, Hannah Marshall, Karis Hughes, tactics are still the same, accuracy is still the same. Just peppering that 10-metre line. Freya Bell, wonderful take over the head. And the Italians need to push up and close those spaces, otherwise they're going to be on the back foot throughout this game, and they want to capitalise on scoring and then getting back at the Welsh, but the Welsh are doing such a fantastic job of regaining possession.
I checked for me, red goes to the ball as she's out like off balance. And then as
It's such a growing rivalry, Italy and Wales, right now, across all facets of the rugby spectrum. Under-20s here, men's side of the Six Nations, women's side of the Six Nations. And Italy are having the better run of things right now, beating Wales in the men's and women's senior Six Nations. And of course beating Wales here last year in this very competition. And there's Bell.
It's going to be a blue scrum.
After the take, and it does look like a head collision with the floor as well. That doesn't look good, does it?
Crouch!
Nonetheless, Bell is back on her feet and defending this scrum. Erichiello, Mastrangelo, Cecchati is with them, and it's over the top from Mastrangelo.
Okay, she's playing
Wales play it quickly. No one shutting them down, so they go, and that's a good step back against the defence. Davis again.
No! No, back.
Jones. Not enough pressure under the ball. Pratichetti has all the time to pick this, but again she's only found Singleton. And she'll straighten. Castellani, Tonelato involved in bringing Singleton to the ground, and then Tonelato has made sure that that attack goes no further.
Tough. Red.
It's another brilliant piece of play from Italy's open side.
Yeah,
I think Pratichetti needs to go over and thank her teammate Tonelato for getting her out of a whole heap of trouble there. Again, she's kicked short, she's kicked across the line. And our open side has really bailed her out and given Italy another opportunity.
Pratichetti sets up Italy's line out here. It's been punch and counter punch in the match so far, but if one side can land two blows in a row, that will give them and send them a long way towards victory. Italy the last team to score, so they try and go again, and they time the line out just right. Kelly, who's got two of these tries And she's on the rampage again. What an introduction off the bench from Chiara Kelly. Pratichetti, Castellani to the floor, but not forwards. Pirpiliu. Can Wales put pressure on that ruck? Not yet. Not on that phase. Cittadini. Pratichetti, Tonelato. Wales not caused too many problems by Italy there.
Wales doing a really good job at the breakdown. They're either disrupting or they're getting hands on ball and just slowing it down for the Italians, which means it gives the Welsh defence a chance to set and get numbers there.
Ceccati at the back.
No, red.
Cittadini. Pratichetti. Lots of players to provide options here. One of them was Copa. She was the one she went to. Good tackle. Wales's Gabby Heelan just recently off the bench and flying up to meet the charging Giorgetti.
It was absolutely the right decision trying to commit Gabby Heelan into making that and lifting the ball on their outside, but it just gets caught on her shoulder in that collision.
She's a big player, Lice Antonazzo, who Heelan run into just then.
Bind!
Big enough to play lock forward as well earlier in this competition. Italy scrum puts pressure on the Welsh. They go from right then to left, and Picton Powell. Now Heelan in attack this time. Jones. That's nicely done from Fionn Williams. And then into Hannah Lane's hands. Lane is going and accelerating and looking to go all the way. There's support with her. Hannah Lane cuts loose. And Wales almost get all the way.
Seen that switch play a couple of times from the Welsh where they look to go down that blind side. And then Sian Jones just pulled the ball back and it just takes the opposition 9 away. So you want them to be the first defender on that open side, getting at the opposition 10, but they follow the ball, which means that they drop one out the line and it just allows Wales to find that slightly easier edge. And Fionn Williams does a wonderful job at showing the dummy, finding the gap. And Hannah Lane just doesn't quite get to that line, but lovely build-up play.
Shoulder out. I need to see your shoulder. No, not you, huh?
We haven't seen much of Mihaela Pirpiliu in attack, but in defence then she saved her team a certain score from Hannah Lane.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Erichiello can comfortably pick and go and gets beyond the first defender. Italy look to get this exit right.
She doesn't have the hand on the ball.
Give Pratichetti some time. No angle though, and in the end, no ball to play with. The charge down was well timed. Was that Rosie Carr?
Numbers?
And this is what the Welsh need to do. Even if they don't have the ball in this area, they can create something, cause something. Pratichetti's under pressure. The next one might be fall in that in-goal area and jump on. They just need to be disciplined and patient in defence.
Does she have it?
Andrioli does the job first off and then has to fight away Welsh defenders.
Red, no, over there. Stay over there.
Blue 4.
Yes.
Right down to red. My recommendation is yellow card 4.
Okay. Captain?
So Max Clements in conversation with
Number 4?
Chloe Pell. And possibly in trouble here, Andrioli.
With your elbow on red, so it's going to be a yellow card. Non parlare, vai via e inizia a trovare.
Francesca Andrioli sees the yellow card for deliberate foul play.
Lewis and Mark. Red here. Numbers red.
Must have just seen the afters of that rather than the start of it. In the meantime, Wales are looking to make hay, whilst Italy are down to 14. Initially, the Italians stand firm, but Wales are coming, and Hopkins is involved as well. Those fresh legs up front, Wales get over the line, and it is they who strike the next blow. It is an arm wrestle now, and Wales with the next flex.
Seconds.
Kiara Pearce coming up with the ball at the end of it. It's a good day to be called Kiara in this match. Tries raining for anyone with that name right now. Italian and Welsh sides, and look how close we are. 24 points to 21 after Fionn Williams' conversion.
Wales making that yellow card pay straight away. Italians down a number, and the Welsh just using their power, staying tight. Kiara Pearce taking a moment to peel away from that ball. But I think that yellow card could be crucial in this game. It's been a real arm wrestle so far.
Whatever you want.
Platichetti sends her troops downfield. She goes long, and the flat defensive line gets set to bring Wales to ground.
Release!
3 points down now, the Italians. This contest very much alive at one of the latest stages in all of the matches we've seen, and Wales have worked this beautifully to the very edge here, and Hannah Lane sets off on her bike. How clever was that an idea? Well, the idea was, but it was not quite executed well enough.
Here.
What a pick-up by Hannah Lane. Off her bootlaces. She's quite a tall, rangy runner, so had to go down a lot, but really smart decision to kick in behind. Because Wales got on the outside, it means your 15 has to come up and close. Leave space in the backfield, just wasn't quite executed, but right decision.
Both here. Back.
Italy have their hand on the ball. The line-out wasn't clean, but Mastrangelo nonetheless looking for Ceccati. But they've shelled that.
Sorry.
Have the Italians.
First knock on blue, second red. We're going to have a scrum red. Chiamiamo i tifosi se sono buoni.
Ceccati was just after a Ford teammate to carry in that heavy collision, and she was probably looking to clear, not expecting that ball there.
Bind. Thank you. Crouch! Bind! Set!
Metcalf to Jones, as they've done for most of the match, and then Jones with a good wrap around Hughes. Good pass and give. Singleton is released. And then she is dispensed with, dumped into the red by the Italians. Sofia Catalani doing most of the defending for
5 blue.
Italy there.
5 blue. 5 blue, please. 5. Out.
Just the work right by Piliu just to get across. She initially gets held by Karasius, but works really hard, bounces off, gets into good position to make that tackle on Seren Singleton.
Still the problems continue for Italy at the line-up, but they make the most of that. And Piliu can still peel away. Pratichetti and Kone. And the line breached, if not exactly cut through. Still headway made. Chakati tries to make some more, but he's sent backwards. Good carry right through the guts of the Welsh, but Darlie Hopkins is there, and she has made sure that she comes up with the ball smiling.
And here you can see the positives and negatives of taking it right to the line. Italy just taking it right up, using that tip, which means that you draw in defenders to find that gain line, but it does mean you then get taken out and you're slow into that clear. And Hopkins doing a really good job to notice the opportunity and getting quick on ball.
Another line-out take from Davis, and it's so smooth. Picton Powell seeks out the contact.
Balls here, balls here.
Big carry from Lowry Williams. Now maybe Italy holding this up with Tonelotto.
Release, release, Boo.
They have slowed it down. That's the best they can do in that position. Stewart, Italy dive down to get hands on the ball, and they are enough again. The breakdown contest in this match is as fierce as anything we've seen in the competition.
It's been a characteristics of both sides throughout in rounds 1 and 2, going heavy at the breakdown.
It is brilliant to watch, and there are some key protagonists in this part of the game. Tonelotto for Italy. Bram Metcalf
Don't leave with the ball.
for Wales. But not only Metcalf, as we've just seen, Darlie Hopkins now joining the fray. Hannah Marshall has shown what she can do. Freya Bell.
Red, sorry. Hey!
That is a bullseye. Italy off the top. Nothing coming cleanly for the Italians though, so everything is piecemeal thereafter. And it's really stifling their attack.
Release!
That was Kopat trying to make the most of things. And Pirpiliu now making hay in some sort of space. Pratichetti. And they are living off the fumes of this attack, Italy.
Not rolling.
And Amber, was that attack an example of seeing the moment for what it was and just going with all your might down one route? Nothing too planned there, was there?
Nothing too planned, but sometimes you just have to play on top of a defence. If you can get quick ball, you can start to create something. You don't need that shape. Play in the moment and just back each other up. Sometimes that's what rugby's about. Route one, get behind your teammates and try and create some momentum so you can play off the back of it.
And when you watch those moments as a fan in international, that's when you know the gloves are off in a contest and players are just giving everything. It's some of the best moments of rugby you can watch aesthetically is when teams take on that approach. I suppose for coaches it's something that you don't mind seeing, but you don't want to see too much of.
Captain Red, please.
Yeah, I don't want to see route one out carries for the whole game. Definitely not in any team I'm coaching anyway. But sometimes it is just needed to get on that front foot. It can get messy, it can get stifled, and you're looking for players to really hold their hand up in your team, take it on themselves, and there's so many players on both sides that just want to do something. Like they can feel that their attack is starting to slow, so they're putting their hand up, taking the ball and trying to get a bit of momentum for their team.
With this match very much in the balance, Amber, let's not select a player of the match finally, but let's discuss who might be on it from both teams for you.
Well, it's a tough one today. I think there's lots of players that have really shone. I think Sian Jones' service, from a Welsh perspective, she's allowed her players to get width, to carry, to cause some problems. She's been quick with ball in hand. Savannah Picton-Powell, I think, has had another really good game for the Welsh. Elise Antonazzo has stepped up, carried, and I think from a defensive perspective, Pia Piliu has been phenomenal. She saved her team on so many occasions. But yeah, this game's still very much in the balance.
As Teresa Blazkovic goes back to her marks with a reinforced right knee. We'll keep an eye on those four to see how they fare in these final 10 minutes. The match is out there to be won. A slight advantage with Wales. With the Italians on the ball. And Chiara Kelly looking to get this line out right. And they do, initially at least. But once again, it's difficult to then get momentum. Here goes Edikiello. She's going to have to watch her feet here. And she is taken out by the Welsh cover defence here. And in the afters, it spills over. Tell me this is a match with 3 points in it without telling me this is a match with 3 points in it. Look at this.
Yes.
And that's Sian Jones there as well, the scrum half. And this is, she's going to be penalised for this though. So, hot-headed moment from the Welsh 9 after a great tackle.
The scrum half you have to watch out for, but she could tell as soon as she did that, she immediately stuck her hands up.
Kelly goes again to the front, and Italy get this down safely. Tonelotto was the next player in, and then Kelly got it after that, and it's moving.
Advantage!
And they're going to play with an advantage too. So Pratichetti. Blazkovic, a starter in the last match, Teresa Blazkovic. Pratichetti, Piliu. Stepping back is Kone. And getting it away is Kone. She's done well there, Piliu. Again, no options for her that she could see, so heads back into contact, nothing coming at all.
16 red.
Good defence from Wales.
16, collapsing the mole.
Italy seeking a first win of this summer series. Losses to France in their opener, losses to England 6 days ago.
Excuse me?
After
Back.
a clean sweep last year where they won all three.
Red, back, red,
2025 has not been so
please.
fruitful. But taking this one against the hosts would be a massive statement, and the Italians secure the ball. They're getting more precise as this game edges towards its conclusion, and they steadily stomp forwards, and that leads to the line, and it leads to the try. Italy have the lead as it edges towards the end. When will the clock stop for this Italian team? They go ahead once more, and I think Chiara Kelly has come up with this, the hat trick for the hooker. It is Kelly. Big fist pump from the Italian.
30 seconds.
So this to move the Italian advantage beyond a drop goal or a penalty kick. It's had a mixed bag kicking today, Lavinia Pratichetti. But she is on the money here. She moves Italy to within a whisker of victory. 28 points to 24. Italy lead Wales in Ystrad Minac. This last 5 minutes decides a lot for how this under-20s campaign is going to be decided by both nations. Caris Hughes gets us moving. It's a juggle, but it's a clean take from Eddie Kielo. Pratichetti, she's quick to get rid of the ball here. Wales with 3 in the backfield. Caris Hughes, Singleton is outside her, and she gets moving at high speed. Italy with a brilliant bit of chasing to shut down Singleton. Fionn Williams, then Williams of the Lowry variety. Singleton, Picton Powell presents the ball well.
Not rolling away.
Christian Kone not rolling away. So Fionn Williams to touch, and it's those players, Amber, who haven't had as much game time across the 3 matches. Wales have been so consistent, of course, but it's those players now who have these precious moments to decide the match, and that's a great opportunity.
A great opportunity and a big responsibility for those players as well. You've been entrusted to finish the game, especially when it's this close, and now you have to go out and finish the job.
Rosie Carr doesn't quite find Chiara Pearson. It's Chiara Kelly now. The hat-trick scoring replacement hooker, Chiara Kelly. Pratichetti, oh, that's a poor pass from the 10. And
there's no advantage.
She did have the advantage with her.
Knock on red in the line out. Let's go, let's go.
Okay. Italy will be in no rush to set this scrum up either.
2 minutes. I will. Eight in. Crouch!
So Mastrangelo
bind! Set!
hoping for a solid platform. Eddie Kielo takes all the responsibility on herself, the Italian captain. Pratichetti. Low kick, which is a difficult one for Singleton. Look at the space she has to run into here, though, Singleton. There's time to make up her mind. Sian Jones goes straight into contact against Antonazzo, and she gets robbed for her lunch money by the Italian prop. Italy's turn to get the whistle off Chloe Pell. Now, 40 seconds remaining according to our clock. That's not the clock that is on the wrist of Chloe Pell right now. We don't know if there's more than that, and if we don't, and how much more than that.
again,
tried to
Pratiketty
grab the jersey,
playing
she
with
grabbed the
fire.
hand, the blue
She's so
player.
lucky that rolled under
grabbed the
Singleton's
hand.
grasp,
So you
because
release immediately.
it was
I don't
Seren
want to see that.
Singleton
Yes, it is.
against Antonazzo, who has been on for the majority of this game in the front row and had a phenomenal shift. But you're picking Seren Singleton in 15 metres of space against your front rower. Luckily, it finds floor, rolls, and
50 seconds.
Antonazzo makes a really good shot. But the Welsh have to do something to get this ball back. But they just have to pick their right moments, and that ruck probably wasn't one of them, giving Italy
less than one.
an opportunity to move upfield. But there is still time in this game, and Wales shown how dangerous they can be from anywhere on this park.
Pratiketty. Dead-eyed with that kick to touch. But more names have really come to the fore for Italy today. Across the first two games, really, Eddie Chiello stood head and shoulders above her teammates as Italy's top performer. But Antonazzo, Tonelotto, Eddie Chiello again, Kelly have risen to the stature of their captain in this match. And they are securing the ball. They're dominating the field position there with this 4-point advantage as the clock goes into the red on our count. That's just a guide. But they're exactly where they need to be, this Italian team. Winless in the campaign so far, but here in Ystrad Mynach at the end, and against Wales, who have performed so well across their three matches. They had their designs on another home win, but it is Italy with a maiden win of the campaign in one of the tightest matches of the whole competition. 28 points to 24. Italy beat Wales, and that was tight. That was blood, sweat, and there'll be tears now for Italian players. Amber Reeds, let's pick your player of the match out of that bunch of Italian heroes at the end of the day.
Oh, what a game. And I think I didn't mention her before, but off the bench, we've already seen a hooker come off the bench and score a hat-trick in this tournament. But for her success at the line-out, for making the most of her opportunities, Chiara Kelly is my player of the match off the bench with a hat-trick. Decisive last score to take her team into the lead. She is my player of the match.
So congratulations to Chiara Kelly and to Italy. And for Wales, Amber, doesn't take away the performance, which was another impressive one for them. But seeing the way this match took shape eventually, how do you think they will look at this, and what should they take pride in, and where did it slip away from them?
Yeah, a huge amount of positives, and I think the first half in round two was probably the best 40 I've seen from a team, bar maybe the French in that first round. So yeah, so many positives. I think individuals have shone in this Welsh side, really held their hands up. They've grown as a team throughout. So yeah, huge amount of positives. They'll be disappointed not to come away with a win here, but I think the Italians had less chances, but again probably comes to the round one Wales. Italy were more clinical. Wales created lots, played a lot of rugby, played some brilliant rugby. But yeah, probably just didn't make the most of some of their chances that they could have had.
Seren Singleton's team try finished off well. There's so much power that the Italian forward pack could wield, from rolling balls from close to the ruck. Kelly went over there again. And then Chiara Pearce, before Italy rounded things off with another Kelly score. So at the end of it all, in the last match of the competition for both these two teams, Italy 28, Wales 24. We now have 35 minutes until kickoff in the final match of the day. It's France against England, so don't go anywhere. Have a break and we'll see you in just over half an hour's time.